Today, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful people, I welcome you to my first episode featuring Leopard 2 A6. What? It's not Leopard 2. What is it then? It looks like Leopard 2. Ah, Leopard 2 is a modern vehicle. What is this then? BZ... what? BZ what? BZ-75. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my bad. I'm very sorry. Leopard 2 apparently is a modern tank and we are still in World War II era in this game. Anyway, all jokes aside, I can't be the only one who sees massive similarities between this tank and the Leopard 2 tank, especially in the front of the turret and how this vehicle is shaped overall. But this one simply has rockets as well. But welcome back to my channel, where today I actually have the first gameplay action, what you guys wanted to see, featuring the newest Tier 10 heavy tank in this game. This is the Tier 10 Chinese jet booster heavy tank, or as many of you guys said in the comments, that those should be actually called rocket boosters, because jet boosting is a completely different thing, but you know, this is how they call it in the game. Actually, when you hover over this system, they are calling it a jet booster, so I guess we have to go with that. Our hands are tied, maybe, or maybe they're going to change that. But guys, BZ-75. This vehicle, well, you were able to see this at start of the battle, how I was able to get down over here, basically keeping up with medium tanks. I was faster than the enemy Centurion Action X, for example, which we were able to nuke and take out quite fast, quite early in the game. One shot in the lower plate, one shot into the back of the turret, and boom, Centurion Action X has been destroyed. And this is going to be one of the strongest features on this vehicle. Using the jet booster charges, using the charges, you have up to 6, at least in the first iteration of the test server. Not 4 like on the BZ-176, you know, the premium tank we have in the game already. So Elon Musk definitely is interested about BZ-75 with all those boost charges and wants to get this vehicle for the SpaceX program, because this is how it feels, at least. That this tank is simply flying on the battlefield when the booster mode is on, and you have 6 charges, so you are able to do that quite often for 1 minute in total, actually 60 seconds in total. And in World of Tanks, in nowadays World of Tanks, some battles are over faster than you're able to use your booster, right? Well, it is not that crazy, but you understand what I'm trying to say over here. Outside the booster mode, yes, it doesn't have the best mobility, it is okay, but what matters way more is taking early positions in the game. This is one of the most important things in World of Tanks, knowing where to go and to be over there fast, to gain control over the map, over the positions, and after that, once you are in that position, it really doesn't matter how good your mobility is when you're moving 20 meters left, 20 meters right. What matters is getting over there faster than the enemy tanks, and this tank is absolutely excellent doing that. Very nice gun elevation by Object 432, by the way, absolute MVP. Was blocking the lower plate, but raised the gun, so I was able to get a clean shot into BZ-75, but I missed my shot, sadly. Anyway, it doesn't matter though, because we are completely destroying the enemy team. It is 10-2 already, and it seems like one enemy BZ-75 is AFK as well. So I have couple boost charges left over here. I have a lot of hit points, so definitely going in. Boom, shot on the move, 746, almost 100 high roll. Taking one in the face, but it does not matter because this battle is over. Am I able to get the final kill as well on the BZ? Am I? And boom, because of the jet booster, I was able to get the side, and GG. Okay battle. Sad the enemy didn't have a team, but 6,000 combined from this extremely one-sided battle in 4 minutes, or around 4 minutes. It is not bad. Basically showcasing how important it was to take early positions and how easy it was to do that in this vehicle. Next up, however, I'm going to show you a completely different use for the jet booster mechanic. How to use it in the combat, or how effective it is repositioning or ditching flanks, escaping flanks, because the battle started off quite nicely. We're winning 2-1, but Minotaur is flanking us, and if you pay attention on the minimap, you can see that enemy team has way more vehicles in the city area than we do. Still, it looks okay, but in a moment I'm going to be in a complete disaster, because Eskonk once again peaks. There is BZ BZ-75 who peeks as well. So now I simply have to pull back, I have to escape, I have nothing to do. But while I'm doing that, Skunk was able to put another shot into me, and then I do quite a silly peek, but M4 was ready for me and puts me down to 122 hit points. And Minotauro is pushing me, right? But luckily I have STRV sniping together with one BZ-75 who are supporting me, and even more luckily I have to say M4 didn't come for me. So I saw that Minotauro took the shot. Let's use that opportunity to take it out. 617 damage done, and now it is time to escape it over here, right? I have 5 charges left. I had 5 charges left, now I have 4 charges left, and I'm going to use those to escape this fight over there, because you can see that enemy team is simply overrunning everyone we have up here, and with 120 hit points I am not able to do much. We have another BZ over here with even less hit points, so I don't know what I'm crying about, right? But using 2 charges to get all the way back over here very fast, to give some more support fire, or to just get some more distance between me and the enemy vehicles who have 10 times more hit points than I do, actually more than 10 times more hit points than I do, and hoping to do something in this hull down position. From here you can see how derpy this gun can be from medium to long range. It is definitely not a sniper. That was a fully aimed in shot and missed, went to the right side. And the very next shot, once again fully aiming it in, trying to put that into lower plate, but another miss. AP round, you know, it doesn't have the most penetration, 258mm of penetration, so switching to heat to actually penetrate something, because they are pushing in with a lot more hit points. Going to put 1 high roll into the BZ's upper plate, and once again using the jet booster mode to reposition from here into another hull down position, because we are controlling the entire open field. I do not have to worry about getting flanked, and repositioning up over here, guys. How many tier 10 heavy tanks would be able to do that so fast? Because enemy team is already over there. Pay attention, right? Enemy team is already over there. If I stayed here, I would have been dead. Didn't have more gun depression to put that shot straight into BZ's side, but I really couldn't get more because otherwise I would have revealed my lower plate as well. And I cannot go down here because we have STRV sniping. FE missed my shot, and FE bounced, or I absorbed the high explosive with that massive gun mantle that this vehicle has. But I really cannot go down because I need to spot the STRV for my team. STRV cannot get spotted, STRV is simply farming, so my job over here is easy, just stay alive and keep that BZ spotted. BZ fired, perfect timing, so now I can take in my shot, almost fully aimed in, and boom, 612 into the lower plate. But the main thing I wanted to showcase over here, of course, was the repositioning ability, the power the booster feature gives you to reposition. It's quite nutty, right? From one position into another, in absolutely no time with a heavy tank. And now STRV is simply farming that guy. And I'm actually going to get the boom, blind assistance as well. So, very bad start for the battle, but still somehow with the blind assistance from the end of the game, managed to get 6,500 combined. Once again, the main feature, of course, was to showcase the repositioning. Now, you know, let's take a look at this vehicle in the garage as well, and then I'm going to show you one more battle. And here it is, BZ-75, which I was using on those battles on the Death server, all bounty, turbo, rammer, and stabilizer, because this is how I'm going to use it on the live server as well. All bounty equipment units together with food, and field mods maxed out as well. By the way, the field mods actually have mobility slot as well, so if you do not have bounty turbo, you can easily use the standard turbo on the mobility slot, and you basically get the same value. The value is, you don't even notice that, basically. And field mods, definitely going for the extra terrain resistance or better terrain resistance. Decided to go with the accuracy over here, aiming circle size, then the view range, then the top speed, because it actually boosts your jet booster top speed as well, and nothing over here. here, I didn't want to lose the internal module durability because I have seen this tank being set on fire and I have seen this tank getting ammo wrecked. You are going to see that in the next battle as well, guys. Way too much to lose even more internal module durability. So it would be nice to have extra dispersion, of course, but I don't want to lose the other feature over here. And, you know, you do not have to pick all the field mods. And with this setup over here, 650 alpha, 258 penetration, or 319 with premium heat, DPM 2921, almost 3000 DPM, guys. Dispersion 0.35, but you saw how derpy this gun can be. Definitely not the most accurate gun. In the first battle missed some easy shots, in the second battle as well. 2.54 second aiming time, minus 8 degrees of gun depression, and 13.37 reload time, which you can get better, of course, with the directives, or under 13 seconds even, and of course with the improved equipment units, the bounty equipment units. 2630 hit points, it has 2500 base, but when you max out the field mods, you get extra 130 from the passive field mod bonus and mobility. Now, of course, the most important thing, 896 engine power without the jet booster. In the jet booster mode, you have 2240, which is quite nutty because turbo boosts that as well, because those rockets have turbo inside it, guys. 14.09 power to weight ratio, or 35.24, which is absolutely nutty. 42 top speed, or 18 backwards, which is quite flexible, or 63 top speed and 1 backwards. If we would use improved bounty turbo over here, you would have 65, because the bond turbo, sorry, did I say bounty? I mean bond turbo actually gives you plus 9 kilometers per hour to your top speed in the jet booster mode. 6 charges, as I said before, and 453 meter view range. In my yesterday's video, I didn't even notice that this crew member didn't have situational awareness researched for some reason. So with situational awareness and with the field mod bonus, you're able to get your view range with this setup over 445, which is just good enough. And now, luckily, Tanks.gg has been updated. With this setup, you can see that the dispersion values are 0.15 from the stock 0.20, so stabilizer is something I would recommend on this tank. And we have the armor model as well, so this is the BZ versus 258 millimeters of penetration, and you can see that it actually has some obvious weak spots, such as commander hatches. And the middle plate over there as well is actually a weak spot in a tier 9, tier 10 games, because it has 220. So it is not an indestructible hull down beast. It is not that, which is a very good thing to see. If it wouldn't have commander hatches, that would be like one of the most annoying tanks to deal with in the game, but you actually have commander hatches, which are quite easily penetrable if you hit this center part over here, or the center plate, like flat armor plate over there, and the other commander hatch as well. Lower plate, easy penetration once again. So how is the side scraping? It has the pikey nose, so that straight out limits some side scraping action, but versus tier 8s, tier 9s, some tier 9s, you are still able to do that, but of course, keep in mind you have the commander hatch, and once again you have the raised engine deck back there, which is penetrable while you are side scraping. And this is how the 3D armor model looks like. If you switch extra pen, 319, it looks a bit different, but still the upper plate and the flat ground is going to bounce some things. The turret seems to be very, very thick, although I have been getting penetrated by other BZs into the face of my gun mantlet too many times. Looking at this, it is only 33% chance, but I guess they all have high rolled with their penetration, because there have been many battles when I was testing this tank out. BZs were penetrating this part right over here. But looking at the 3D model, it shouldn't be that often. Maybe just RNG. But let's take a look at one more battle which I had on Redshire, featuring a lot of BZ-75s in our team, on the enemy team as well. So going to use a couple boosters to get up there fast and pay attention on the drop speed. Going slightly uphill doesn't matter, going downhill doesn't matter. 64 top speed is what we are able to get over here. Once again, 55, pay attention on the speedometer, and yeah, you know, repositioning, taking early positions is going to be fast. But because there are so many BZ-75s, I bet many enemy BZs are also using this mode, and you know, we are arriving there at the same time. As expected, it was going to be a hull-down fight, side-scraping fight over here, so was getting quite boring. But when I saw that the Minotauro in the middle is being pressured by the team, and two BZs, look where they are in the south already, southwest corner. They are already over there, and this is what is so crazy about this tank, right? Taking those positions. And after I saw that we are controlling the middle of the map heavily, I decided to use my third charge as well to get up the hill to make some crossfire, or to get some crossfire angles, and to bang those BZs into the side or whatever I'm able to see over here. And the first shot in the game, guys, is going to be the money shot, because I can see BZ aiming at the center of the tank, and boom, 1995 ammo rack. And this was not the only ammo rack I have actually seen versus BZ. So seems like you really do not want to lose that module durability. 700 into the side over there, and this angle seems to be very nice, because you can see on the minimap once again we are basically boxing them into the dev zone or kill zone, and now it is just a farm fiesta for some time, because the enemy team still has a lot more tanks over here, and our guys are in a bit of a trouble. But I try to help out as many flanks as possible, and oh by D, that was a very stupid peek by me. Set on fire once again, internal critical hit. Set on fire. We have seen ammo rack over here versus BZ. We have seen fire in this situation versus BZ, and I missed my shot. I saw how it went to the right side in the aiming circle, and sadly it was a miss. 50p right up here. Nice high roll. 765, 115 high roll into the back of that AMX, and I can see that one BZ is sneaking up on us, so trying to put a quick lower plate shot just like that, but that guy was able to snap my commander hatch as well. Or not the commander hatch, actually. That guy was able to snap the middle plate up here. So we can say like it has 3 different hatches for you to shoot into the turret, so it is definitely not indestructible vehicle hull down. Over here I do not want to receive any damage from the 60 DP, so basically just keeping that guy spotted, trying to bait him in, because we have a lot of snipers who are able to deal with that 60 DP once it comes out, because if you pay attention on my hit points, I am a potential one-shot to that guy. That shot was simply unlucky. You couldn't see the outline because this is replay, and the replays have the outline bug for many patches now, but it was a clean shot into the side, sadly a miss. BZ-75, ladies and gentlemen. What to do with BZ-55 who is on the lower ground? Of course, use the turbo, put one shot into the side, and boom, ram it to death. Right? Pretty obvious in my opinion. Now BZ-75 waiting for this tank to shoot, and the shot has been taken. So what are we going to do next? Of course, another boost, and let's be over there faster than most of the medium tanks, and the most casual hashtag drive-by. 629 damage done, and now I have to hide from the snipers across the map. There is version 4. This guy, just paying attention what that guy is doing, fighting with the other BZ. BZ, boom, boom, boom. Nice, this guy is dead, and sadly I am going down. Good shot. Maybe after my shot I could have used another jet boost to get on the lower ground faster, and they ram each other to death. So GG. They got eye for an eye out of that. What I got out of this battle was almost exactly 7,000 combined damage. So we saw ammo rack, we saw engine fire, we saw all the internal module damages possible, basically. You can see in one battle, 3 kills as well, 1,175 base XP, and not a single premium round used, ladies and gentlemen, because it has decent penetration for the other BZ-75s at least. If I would have used heat, maybe I would have had like 1000 more damage because I bounced the shot on the BZ and I bounced the side shot, which was quite an unlucky bounce on the version 4 as well, but you know, boo-hoo, who cares about that? So BZ-75, ladies and gentlemen. First impressions from the Dezrng first battles. I played roughly like 15 battles in it, so I have okay feel for this vehicle. The strongest thing, of course, is the 6 charges anti-flexibility. It has gun handling overall feels to be quite terpy. Armor, it is like, it's weird. Some battles it was reliable and people were not able to hit your commander hatch that easily, but if you have accurate gun against it, like let's compare it to the version 4, for example. Not version 4, sorry, M4, for example. M4 with 560 alpha and very, very snappy gun. I think his hull down is going to just deal so many dirty things to this tank. And there are so many other tanks which could do dirty things to this tank because of those commander hatches. Once again, it is definitely not indestructible hull down, which is nice thing to see. A nice change of pace, right? We have the Minotauro, we have the Chieftains, Skunks, and many other hull-down tanks which are hyper annoying to deal with. This one, you have to work actually to get some bounces. You have to wiggle your turret, you have to wait for the moments. You cannot be just straight out sit in hull-down position and deal the damage that way. But the strongest feature on this tank, of course, is taking the early aggressive positions and hitting for 650 alpha per shot after you have done that. Have you tried it out yourself on the Dezrng, guys? What do you think about that? Are you looking forward to this entire line? So, thank you very much for tuning in. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. I get you next time with something else. Take care and bye.